Good morning, welcome to the garden. I've had a couple people ask me about some fall gardening concepts, so we'll just go over a couple of thoughts regarding fall gardening. What an opportunity we have here and in other places where the climate is pretty temperate throughout winter. So let's talk about what to plant and when, and maybe also what not to plant, and let's get into it. You want to come out for the day? There you go. So we're coming upon fall gardening, and what are some of the considerations you want to have in mind if you're thinking of putting in a fall garden? The first one is, when will your first frost come? So for that, just type in your city and state in your internet search engine and put in first fall frost date. Whew, that's a mouthful. First fall frost date. Ours is November 4th. And so why do we want to know that number? It's based on averages. Yes, you can have frosty, freezy temperatures prior to that, toward end of October. You can have that come late, toward mid and end of November. But it's something to plan around. So just think, maybe we'll get a frost on November 4th. With that in mind, the next thing to think about is which plants are or aren't frost tolerant. And secondly, how long till harvest do those plants need to be in the ground? So take, for example, take each plant that you're thinking of growing one by one and think about how much time does it need in the garden, and is it or is it not frost tolerant? So take, for example, green beans. Are green beans frost tolerant? No, they're not. When those frosty, freezy temperatures come in, your green bean plant will just perish, and that'll be the end of it. So then what you do with your average first fall frost date is go backwards from that date to how many days of harvest a green bean plant needs. So say you need 55 to 60 days of that plant being in the ground to get a harvest, and your frost date is November 4th. Then you can say, well, I want the entire month of October, the entire month of September. That gives me a good 60 days, and I need some harvest days. So around mid-August and beginning of August is when I will put green bean seeds in the ground, and then when that frost comes and the plant goes away, I will have had a harvest. Then there are other plants that are frost tolerant, something such as onions and carrots, and we can put those seeds in the ground around October 1st, and when frosty, freezy temperatures come, or even a light snow, those things can be under the ground in our area and do just fine. In fact, carrot flavor is enhanced in cold weather. They come out so sweet and so beautiful. You will love fall planted carrots. And then take something else under consideration. How about a tomato, a melon, a pepper? These things need a longer time in the ground, and so a lot of times those plants are started in the spring rather than in the fall, right up against a date at which they will die. So those are some fall planting considerations. If you have any questions, feel free to use the comments section. I'd love to engage in that way. Ask questions, make statements, and have a dialogue there about what it's like fall gardening in the desert. That's about it. Happy gardening.